There are 65,000 known meteorites in collections in museums and universities around the world. And of those, we think around 99% come from asteroids. And they can tell us so much about the diversity of the asteroid belt, from meteorites made mostly of iron that tell us that some asteroids are just cores of planetesimals, to meteorites that are made of a much more porous and volatile rich material, the carbonaceous chondrites, that tell us that some asteroids are really water rich and organic rich. So meteorites are an incredible resource for learning about the asteroid belt. And there was a super exciting thing happened on the 28th of February 2021 this year. This massive fireball was observed over a lot of England and Wales coming in. So it was reported by over 1,000 eyewitnesses. It was also seen on CCTVs and door cams, all sorts of things. And as well as that, it was also recorded by meteor camera networks that are cameras pointing at the sky, looking for exactly this sort of event. And from all of this data, we could reconstruct, firstly, where the fireball was heading, so we could work out where a meteorite was going to land. And also, we could reconstruct where it had come from. So quite unusually for fireballs, because we don't usually have enough data to be able to do this, we managed to work out this fireball actually came from an orbit in the outermost part of the asteroid belt out towards Jupiter. So again, this gives a really good link between a meteorite and asteroids. And having that information about where it came from makes it really so much more scientifically valuable. The meteorite fell as a shower of material over an area a few miles wide. The biggest bit landed into the driveway of a family that live in the middle of Winchcombe town in the Cotswolds. And it actually fragmented when it landed, and it just became this pile of dust and rubble. So as well as collecting all of the little bits of meteorite, we also brushed up the tiny bits of dust that were on the driveway using a toothbrush to get every tiny little teensy bit up. And also, because it left a little crater, we're hoping to be able to remove the whole part of the driveway so that we can keep this piece of driveway with a little crater in it as one of our museum exhibits as well. So that was the main bit of the meteorite. And then several universities from across the UK went on a field trip to look for extra bits of the meteorite. And a team from the University of Glasgow found a sizable piece, over 100 grams, in a sheep's field. And as soon as my colleagues and I saw it, we were jumping up and down excited, because we could see straight away it was so dark, it was black, and we knew this was a carbonaceous chondrite. And these are my favorite meteorites, because we think these represent our best examples of what the early solar system looked like. So they've stayed cold their whole lifetimes. And so they're just a frozen relic of what the beginning of the solar system looked like. They've been in a geologically dead asteroid for 4.5 billion years. And they're made up of constituents of early solar system materials, what was floating around in the protoplanetary disk before the planets were around. So we're super, super excited to have this meteorite to analyze. And we've developed an analysis team to look at it in more detail. And one of the things that was quite striking and timely was looking at it. It's really black, and it's got little white speckles. It looks very reminiscent of material brought back from asteroid Ryugu by the Japanese space mission Hayabusa 2. So Hayabusa 2 returned back to Earth in December 2020, bringing back about 5 grams of pieces of the C-type asteroid Ryugu. And just the simple visual similarity of them is quite remarkable. So we need to do more analyses of both the meteorite and Ryugu material to look at their similarities and differences. But the timing is fantastic, because we can use our meteorite to do rehearsal analyses. And the final thing to say is that we have the meteorite on display at the Natural History Museum, which is free to enter. So anyone in London can come and have a look at it. and see it in the room called the Vault at the Natural History Museum.